Today I'm going to be showing you how to arrange our new faux summer meadow arrangement, and I'm going to be using our Nayland vase, really nice tall slender vase. We've also got this arrangement photographed in the Darsham Small on the website. And this is just a really nice, wild, very light and airy summer arrangement using classic white and greens, and the foliage we're using is this lovely simple combination of just our populus and our olive, and these have such a pretty green grey colour tone to them, so they work really nicely together. And you also, as you can see, you get so many on one stem of each of these, so they just work really nicely together for this, and they have that very light airy feel to them. So I'm going to start by popping in the populus and just bringing that stem down so it feels slightly more in proportion with the vase. And the same with the olive. So you just want to tease these out a little bit, give them a gentle bend, nothing too drastic, but just gently, so they're kind of pointing and facing in different directions so that it feels very natural. Now, height-wise, probably thinking it should be around about there, so I'm going to have my bend on here, so it's quite handy if you've got somewhere like an island to do this, or a table where you can hold it against to give it a quick measure. So already you can kind of see how effortless just those two stems on their own can be, but we're going to add a little something extra. So next up we've got this seeded eucalyptus, which I absolutely love with the populus and the olive. I think it's such a pretty colour combination. I love the different texture that it brings. So we're using 2 of these. I'm going to have one at full height just coming out to the side there, and one ever so slightly lower, maybe about 1 inch, just coming towards the front, like so, just so you've got some different textures going on. Now in terms of florals, we've got 2 beautiful budding white lilac, 2 white ranunculus spray, and these are the deluxe ones. The details in these are absolutely beautiful. And then a 1 white scabious, and we're going to use the scabious first actually, because this is quite a, not necessarily a big stem, but it's got lots of flower heads on it that spread out, so we just want to get this one in first so that we've got a general idea of where else to put the others. So I'm going to bend it down a touch, about 2 inches, and put that right through the middle of everything, and just almost let them flowers sit where they want to sit. So you might need to move a couple of little bits here and there out of the way for it so it can kind of gently do what it will, position itself to where it feels natural. But because they spread so lovely on their own, we get that one in first. And then I'm probably going to put in the ranunculus deluxe. I'm just going to turn it towards me a second just so I can see where the gaps or where we want to fill in might be. So I'm definitely thinking that we'll do a taller one round about here and a shorter one in towards the front here. So I'm just going to have a quick measure of that shorter one. And you can really, don't be afraid to really bend these stems. One, it's actually going to make it easier for you to get them into the vase as well as removing them. But they're wired, they're fully wired. This is what they're meant to do. So yeah, somewhere about there, I'd say. And I like this touch of more zingy green type foliage amongst everything else. Just going to let them flower heads ping off in different little directions. And then this one slightly higher up, over here, almost towards the back. Probably, we don't want to leave it full height, but I'd take it down about 1 inch and just let that fall through there. And again, just a little bit of manoeuvring to get those other little buds into position, but nothing too major. And I'm just going to move that scabious out a little bit so we can see this one. Lovely. And then last but not least, we've got our lovely white budding lilacs. So I'm just going to have one in here because there's a definite gap. You can probably see it like right in there. It's like crying out for something. So I'm just going to bend that down so it maybe fills that. Maybe that's a bit too much. This is the beauty with faux. If I'd have cut that, it might have been too late. Like so. It just fills that nicely. And then to balance that out, I'm going to have the other lilac coming down quite low, almost like spilling over the edge. About there. So when you're doing this, you just want to think light and airy, very natural, very free, whimsical. I'm just going to come round the other side so I can have a little look at how that's looking, because sometimes working on top of it, you can get a little bit carried away. But I think I'm pretty happy with that. Just going to move this little bud over there. And yeah, just these final little tweaks can sometimes have quite a big difference. So walk away from it, come back and see how you feel. But overall, I think I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, that is our lovely new faux summer meadow arrangement, and I hope that really helps you put yours together, and thank you so much for watching.